Good morning, friends. How are y'all today? It's Monday. It's time for makeup. Now, I don't know what palette we want to use today or even how spicy we're going to get. We're going to start with some clean canvas. And I still want to use the ABH one again. I need to use that one, but I figured we could do something different today. But I don't know what we want to use. Are these improved? Because look at the shimmer. These are from Kaja. I feel like I had this at one point. Look at this, but I don't remember them being that sparkly. I want to use this. This excites me. I also want to let y'all know that I am going to film another Make It Work series. This right here, Tarte, the original Shape Tape, was all in the comments. Apparently, and I feel the same way, apparently this isn't working for y'all. One of the reasons why, I'm going to talk about it in the video, it's a very thick concealer, but not a lot of pigment. And what I like to look for is a lot of pigment and a concealer that's very, very, very thin. This is not it. But I know we can make it work. So I'm going to do something wild. It's going to get wild, but remember, this base is very tacky until you set it. I am going to take this liquid liner from ColourPop. Now remember, I need to keep reminding you, nothing is set. And I'm gonna work one eye at a time. I'm gonna grab an E27 and I'm just gonna start to smudge this into the eyeshadow base. Do you ever feel like your makeup kind of looks the same every single day? One of the reasons is we're not using products in different ways. So a lot of us would never ever think to kind of melt a liquid liner into our eyeshadow base first. But that's actually going to give us a really cool finish. It's going to give us something a little bit different. And it's actually really easy. So we're just switching things up. Just use the products that you already have in different ways. I'm also going to try to keep this a little more rounded, just a little bit of a wing situation through here. And I did build it up just a little bit more, but it doesn't have to look perfect. I just wanted to make sure it was really nice and saturated, but mostly saturated at the lash line and fading upwards. We're about to start adding these. This look on hooded eyes, also this brush for hooded eyes, because it's so small, it really just fits around the fold. So what I'm doing is just kind of making sure it's over that fold. See this one right here? I want to cover that. So I'm going to pick up just a little bit more of the liner and I just want to fill this in. So I'm going to start here, make sure this is really nicely filled in, tap it around. See that I already filled that in. And then I'll just kind of push it and cover that. Tilting your head back really helps with hooded eyes. But again, see how this little brush just fits here so nicely? I really wanted to create a brush that really had hooded, see that? That really had hooded eyes in mind, and the E27 is the one. Now for the fun part. I love sparkles. Let's grab this shade, and we're gonna grab it on the side of our brush, and we're gonna tap this not on the root of the lash, but right above it. Creepy. It's just so much fun. I love makeup. So we're just going to start to tap that above. And again, I'm trying not to extend it. I'm really trying. Like I'm always doing very extended looks, and I'm always going to challenge myself to kind of get out of any kind of makeup rut. I'm sure that y'all know by now to trust the process, right? I can trust y'all to trust the process. Now we're going to grab this shade. These are so pretty. And now remember, this base is going to crease. That's no big deal because it's not set. It will stop once it's set. And then I'm going to press that really just in the center. Stay with me here. Stay with me. Now, I don't know where I want to go with this, but I'm already loving it. I know y'all are terrified. Please just hold the phone. I'm gonna grab some of my actual powder here, my face powder. This is the Givenchy powder, shade number 4. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and set through here because I think I want to kind of capture this. I swear it makes sense in my mind. Ooh, that's really pretty. So just tap that above. We're really just setting that base. By the way, IG updated my stories, so I have 1-minute stories now, and I'm not having to go through and individually label each slide. And this is incredible. I'm having the time of my life. This makes stories even easier. I love it. So now I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to take those sparkles and I'm just kind of going to lightly feather them up this way. I'm not dragging the brush. We don't want to drag the brush, but we do want to kind of tap those sparkles where we want them. Everything in me wants to draw a line and make this a little bit more graphic, but I feel like I always do that. Should we go graphic? Honestly, I'm sitting here in peril. All right, y'all just made my whole day easier. I don't have to do the graphic situation. Fine by me, but I do want to darken the lash line. Let's give it a little more depth. Where did that liner go? Actually, I think we might grab a black liner. Let's just grab the black one here from ColourPop as well. I like these. These are great. I always like things from ColourPop. And we're just going to keep it really, really, really close to the lash line. And we're not going to extend it. No extending. There you go. Let's add mascara. This is the By Terry mascara. And I'm telling y'all, I didn't even curl my lashes. I have a video on it. That looks like falsies. Remember y'all, I've tried just about every mascara under the mascara sun. Look at that. No curling my lashes. It's so good. I'm not even gonna add falsies. I just don't think that we need them today. Okay, let's work on skin now. So I wanna use this foundation again. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, but it's a little too light, but we know how to fix that, right? And listen up, I bought a different shade in the NARS bronzer. I love this one. I love, love, love this cream bronzer. I haven't tried this color. This brush is a prototype. But let's go ahead and bronze underneath our foundation. But we gotta go to town. And when I say go to town, that means we're gonna get absolutely feral. So it's gonna look absolutely terrifying, but then we're gonna put foundation on top. It's just underpainting. This is nothing new, but it does help adjust the shade of your foundation to make it a little bit darker. So it's really, really good for that. I'm actually gonna grab a little bit of this on an E29, that same E29, and just kind of shade in here a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It's a little spicy aggressive, but it won't be in just a second once we kind of go back over even this area with our foundation. So this right here is from RMS Beauty. It's the Re-Evolve Natural Finish Foundation. I'll go get the link so you can go check it out and read about it. The shade that I have is 33.5. I could do with one shade darker, but if we try it this way, it's absolutely perfect. So let's just apply it here and here. And then I do the smallest amount on my forehead. And then I'll place it and I'll be back to blend. And I was just looking at this and it might look gimmicky, but nothing I ever do will ever be gimmicky. This is not a gimmick because it will all get blended on top of each other and we're wanting that. A lot of times when you see the blush placement with the contour, with the highlight all in one, it's going to mix together. But that's what we want here. We want this to mix together because this foundation would look much too light on me without the bronzer. So we're gonna go around the bronzer first. And then we go on top of the bronzer. See how pretty that looks? And how nicely that matches? Remember, no gimmicks ever with me. No gimmicks. Isn't that pretty? I haven't set anything. And remember, I'm gonna hop off and film the Tarte How to Make It Work situation. But it's just so pretty. And I don't want y'all to ever feel like I'm putting anyone down. When I call it a gimmick, it's not a bad thing, it's fun. Makeup is very fun. But I decided earlier on that if I was going to put things out there and show techniques, I wanted them to actually be extremely helpful. Not just, oh, cool hack. I want things to actually make your routine and your life easier and faster. So gimmicks are fun and they're very fun to watch, but a lot of times they're not as helpful. And that's what I want to be. I want to be helpful. Okay, I'm back. Let's finish the face. I'm going to try this again. I didn't love it the first time I tried it, but let's see how it works out this time. I do like that it has quite a bit of red in it. I think that's really pretty. And I'm just adding a little bit more dimension. When I use a cream bronzer, I usually like to kind of set it with a powder bronzer. It just really brings a lot of life to the face, a lot more dimension. I talk about dimension a lot, but sometimes when you just do the one bronzer, it can look very flat, even muddy. But when you layer them and you kind of transition them, it brings a lot more life to the face. It makes it look a little bit more natural. So I forgot how much I love these Glam blushes. They're so, so good. So we're gonna take the shade Rose Ritual. I swear my name is just in absolutely everything. But instead of dotting it on my face, I'm actually just gonna put a little bit here on the back of my hand. A little bit of these goes a very long way. Let's grab it on a C41. And then I'm just gonna apply it pretty high just for some lift today. Isn't that pretty? And I even had powder there and they just melt right in. So pretty. Do you see how nicely that melted in? It's just so good. I really love it. I also love this foundation. I really love everything that I'm using today. I'm gonna grab a Sephora liner and run that along my waterline. And I'm gonna bring it out a little bit. So let's now smudge the bottom lash line with this color. And even though I'm smudging, I'm still gonna tap because I don't wanna fluff any of that into my eye and risk my eye watering. Y'all know I was gonna use this color. I know that y'all knew. Let's do inner corner. Nice. I'm gonna switch sides of the brush. That way it'll fit in here really nicely. And then I'll take whatever's left on the brush and just apply it to the center of the lid. Listen, I am gonna do a nude. I know. Actually, I've been pretty spicy with my lip colors. So I wanna try this because I actually do have to go run an errand and I have a call. So if I do a dark lip, I'll wanna perfect it. This I won't have to, but listen, I picked this at Ulta. It's from Stila and it's another one of the long wearing lipsticks where it doesn't transfer once it's applied. I love the color. Oh, it's pretty. Now I will say, just like the liquid lipstick video I posted, work in sections. And we're probably better off not using a lip liner. I haven't tried a lip liner with this formula, but anytime you introduce another element to the lipstick, it's probably going to take away its longevity. But you know what probably wouldn't mess with the formula? Eyeshadow. Shading with eyeshadow. Okay, can we keep this our secret? Because I want to film this video. I feel like we're onto something here. These new matte transfer proof situations, they don't move, right? Well, using a lip liner with them kind of messes with the formula, but powder wouldn't. It's not gonna mess with it. Shh, it's our secret. Well, I'm gonna do a video on it, but I wanna do the video first. I will say that this one feels a lot more dry than the Dior one. It's not uncomfortable, but if you're wondering about the Dior, it feels wonderful. And then the NARS one that isn't released yet, that I got to show y'all firsthand, that one felt even better than the Dior. So I thought y'all needed to know that. Also, I want to show y'all, this is the brush that I was using for my lip liner. It's great for lip liner, eyeliner, eyeshadow. It's just so great for so many different things. It took me 2 seconds to put this around, and I was able to even kind of shade with it a little bit. So I'm gonna leave the link because I feel like this new lip formula is here to stay, and you're gonna need this brush if you want to add liner. All right, I'm glad I didn't go feral because this is a really pretty soft eye look. Definitely wearable, great for hooded eyes. I didn't even add a lash. Y'all know that tomorrow I'm gonna get absolutely feral though. Okay, I'm gonna save this highlight, but tomorrow, feral. I love you all so much. I'm still waiting for brand approval on that concealer, the Secret Concealer. I'm still waiting for them to approve that video. That will be an ad, but everything that I've done prior with being a secret obviously wasn't an ad because I couldn't tell you about it. And then of course, as always, what I love you see way after any kind of ad. You just always see it. It's always there. I love you all so much with all of my heart. And I'm gonna go film more content. I feel really inspired today, so I'm gonna go film a bunch. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the comments tonight. If you wanna see Euphoria by itself, let's do it. Still so pretty. Okay, this with a lip liner, it's pretty special by itself. Look at this. Stunning. I like how it kind of looks mauve on me. Are you seeing this sparkle? That's without anything behind it. Let's add just a smidgy of lip liner. Okay, what do we think? I absolutely love it by itself. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.